Hi guys, Kevin Muldowney here. What I'm going to do in this video is review a WordPress plugin called CaptainForm. So I'm rocking my WordPress t-shirt right now, which is appropriate. CaptainForm is a form plugin for WordPress, and if you've used WordPress for a few years, I'm sure you've tried many different, form plugins, survey plugins, that type of thing. There's a lot of them out there. I've tried many of them. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about alternative solutions in this video, mainly because there's so many. There's so many different options. There's free contact form plugins, there's premium ones, and there's freemium model ones as well. A freemium solution is one which is free to download, but there is a premium version available, so you can download the free version, and then the premium version has got more features, and it unlocks a lot more features. This is what CaptainForm is. It's a freemium model, so I'll be looking at the premium model, but I will be explaining the differences between the free version and the premium version so that you know what you're getting. What I will say though is, if you're looking for alternative solutions, do a search online. You'll find lots of different plugin lists about the best contact form plugins, etc. You might not find CaptainForm in some of them simply because it's a new plugin. So it's a new solution, and you might not find it in some older plugin reviews and plugin lists. You'll find some of those plugin lists written by myself. I've wrote many in the past for my own blogs and for the blogs of others. I'm sure one of them had over 70 plugins detailed in the list, which explains, it kind of illustrates how many different plugins there are for WordPress that help you publish a contact form. I came across CaptainForm because I was at the Belfast WordCamp recently. It was really good, and it was about a month or so ago, and I spoke to the team. They had a little desk up. I spoke to them about it, so I'm going to do a video review. I'm going to look at the plugin. I've been looking at the plugin today for about 2 or 3 hours, and I honestly feel like I've not even scratched the surface on what it can do. There's a lot of features in this plugin. So I'll just quickly, in fact, I'll jump across here. Just if you want to download this plugin, just for reference, go to wordpress.org and search for CaptainForm without the space, and you'll find this. It's titled Form Builder by CaptainForm, and it's developed by CaptainForm and 123 Contact Form. And 123 Contact Form have actually released quite a few other plugins in the past, and I've tried them before, and there's the other one. It's quite popular. So yeah, download the free version. I'll speak about that at the end, but as I always say, download the free version first. Try it, test it, fix it, break it, all that kind of thing. Or don't fix it, break it, fix it. Yeah, always download the free version. It makes sense. It just don't jump in and pay money for any plugin, any premium plugin, if there's a free version available. It's just common sense. So I'll just quickly talk about some of the features. It's got an intuitive editor, it's got forum templates, easy data management, advanced security. It works with a lot of different apps, and you can see the pricing here. I'll talk about more of that in the end. You can see here 30-day money back guarantee, etc. So that is the website. You can see down here as well, there's a knowledge base. You can get customer support through the website as well. One of the things I will say though is that they do actually offer support to free users, so that's that's something they should be commended on. And it's a really, as you can see, there's a really good knowledge base. So I've got the plugin installed on my test area, and what you see here is a blank canvas essentially. This is a test WordPress website, and I've got no other plugins installed except from CaptainForm. Now, whether you install the free version or one of the pro versions of CaptainForm, you're going to see this menu, and it's got My Forums, New Forum, My Account, Change Plan, or Support. Now, the developers have kindly, given me the license key, so that I've got the most expensive version. I've got, in fact, I think it's called the Hero Plan. I'll just verify that. I think it is. I've got the Hero Plan, so all of the options are unlocked, and what I'm going to show you. But I'll speak about what is, what's in the pro versions and what isn't later on. What you're going to see is the whole shebang, as I would say, the full boona. Everything's going to be shown here. we'll just quickly jump through some of these pages because I'm going to be spending nearly all my time in the form area. All right, let's pump it. It's coming up with a wee help message there. I don't need to buy it. So we've got the support page here. There's a link to the knowledge base. There's a quick tour. I think that loads up a video. Yep, that loads up a video. So I'm not sure. It's like a wee 2-minute intro video. So from here, you can write directly to support and ask a question about it. Now, there's an option to change your plan. You can do that directly from the WordPress admin area. Now, as you can see I've got the hero plan here, so all it's coming up here for downgrade. But if you had the free one installed, you would see upgrade, and you will see some more options there about it. That gives you a little bit of a. We'll speak about that again. We'll speak about that later. Okay, we've got the My Account area. And you can see here that you've got account details. You can see how much storage you've got. Storage refers to how much you can upload about file uploads, because their contact forms do support file uploads. There's SMS credits. If you can be notified via a text message if you have the premium version. And I'm still being asked if I need help. And it's got data encryption and all this kind of thing here. Cancel your subscription at any time. You can check your transaction history. And you can see I've paid using a promo, so I don't get any of that information. Okay, so when you start this plugin, when you install it, you actually get a few options. You get a couple of example forums. One of the things that I really love about this plugin, and you'll notice this from the start, is when you go to new forum, if you do this drop down, you've got all these examples. You've got surveys, registration forms, order forms, quizzes, polls, a blank forum, and I'm not sure what other forum does. Oh, that's just a list of different forums there. Look at that. I hadn't noticed that earlier. Actually, I'd come into this page and I didn't see that drop down menu. Look how many different forms are there. That's insane how many different forms they provide. That's really impressive. I'm really impressed by that. You got several small business ones, human resources, event organizers, non-profit, education, lead generation, consultants, and I believe most of those. I said we were going to talk about this at the end, but I'm just curious as to. I believe most of those. Yeah. Right, so all these form templates, it says there's 30 form templates, and they're available in the free version. So right off the bat, that's fantastic. Really is. This is if you download the free version from WordPress.org, either directly through WordPress.org or through the WordPress admin area, through that part, add new, you would get all of these forums, and that is amazing. For a free WordPress plugin, that is really, really good. Granted, I'm not going to be using any of these personally, but there's a lot of, look at in fact, that's a lie. I would actually use some of these. Sales lead form, that would be good. Questionnaire would be useful. Complaint form is good if you're selling any kind of product or service. A lot of these are obviously quite niche, but it really is fantastic. I'm really impressed by that. Okay, so these are the forms that you get. I deleted the one that I created earlier because it was a mess. I didn't want to show how bad the form was that I created. You can see some of the options here. You can sort by the oldest, latest, or by name. You can show up to 100 forms per page. You can search for your forms. This is really useful if you've got a large website and you're using custom forms in every single page. That's going to be very, very useful. You can make your forms active and inactive. Custom, I'm not sure what that does. All right, okay. See, as I said, this plugin has got so many different features. I messed about this for a few hours, and I'm still, there's still a few things that I've not checked yet. It's really good. So, form activity. Okay, right. So if a form hasn't been used, or you can set it for active, inactive. Okay, only for me, active on certain days of the week. That's really cool. Actually, I've not seen that I can't remember seeing that in any other contact form plugin. That's a really, I was going to say bizarre, but it's quite a unique feature, and I can see how certain people like shops, for example, might want to only activate certain forms on certain days. perhaps I'm trying to think, like a product feedback form only on weekdays or something. I'm just guessing how they would use it, but I mean, it's really good to have that, how a form can be always active as how you would have a general contact form. Inactive if you're not using the form anymore. But, you could actually, say you've got a special event, you could use the form between two specified dates and you can set the exact time. That's really good. And you can rename it there. You can duplicate it. So you can rename your forum. You can delete it. And the little arrow just brings things down. You can see here, there's reports and submissions. Now, obviously, you're not going to see a report from me, and you're not going to see any submissions either. That's the one thing that I can't show you today. And it's really just from a practicality point of view. I'm using a different, I think it's Contact Form 7. It's a very popular free option. It's not got a lot of features, but it's all I need for my blog, if I'm honest. I've got that on my website now. Ideally, what I wanted to do was test CaptainForm on my live website, try it out for a few days. The problem is it will take me, I've got a lot of the forms embedded in a lot of different pages. I would have had to have searched for them all. I would have then have to sit back and then check submissions for a week or so. I didn't want to hold back the trial. Just bear in mind, I mean, I'm going to try and show you as much as I can in this video review, but bear in mind, I haven't reviewed this. I've not tested this, on a live website in a live environment. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. Just bear in mind, though, that I can't show you, normally what you would have here is a list of all the emails that you've received. It would be shown here, and you can see some of the options you've got. You can refresh, print them, import them, export them, via CSV and Excel format. And that's, I believe, all of those options are available to free users as well. It's really good. And you can do searches for emails. So that, if you're receiving a lot of emails through your website, this is going to be very, very useful. And I'm not going to be able to show you the reports as well. For the same reason, I don't have any submissions, so I can't show you. But it's really good that you can do different reports for all your different forms. So let's go into the form area. And the form area is where, the heart of CaptainForm is. It's where most of the settings are. It's where you control pretty much everything. And it really illustrates how well the plugin works, how good it is. First thing I would say, though, is I think that this is a pretty good design as far as how it's all, put together. You can see the fields are scrolling down with me. You can see all the different fields on the right-hand side of the page. What I will say, though, is I have tested some WordPress plugins with the contact form, the settings area. You use a drag and drop visual page builder, and it looks a little bit fancier than this. This isn't the best styled options area. There's nothing wrong with it. It's quite good in my eyes, but there are some things, some solutions that are a little bit fancier. I've got a few more bells and whistles. And the surface, when you see, a plugin with a nicer, styled in a better way, it's easy to be kind of, I guess, misdirected by how good it is. You see all the bells and whistles and you think, wow, this, I've paid money for this and I can see where the money's been spent. It's really fancy. I don't think you really get that wow factor when you upload CaptainForm, but really we're talking about a WordPress plugin. As good as bells and whistles are, as nice as it is to have a user-friendly interface, this is a user-friendly interface, but as good as it is to have something that's well designed, I think, after a day or so of using a plugin, you kind of become blind to all the extra colors and stuff. So I really like this way. It's kind of grown on me in a way, because at first, the first thing I noticed was that it wasn't as nice as well designed as some other options. But after a while, it's really functional. It's really easy to use. So what more do you want, Just, you can see here, the settings published. Now, when you go to settings, there's a lot of different settings options. We'll talk about that in a while. And then publish the form, you get a few different options. This is the main edit form page. you've got all your basic fields and your advanced fields. And when you click on a field, it takes you to the edit field, and you've got lots of different options here. Now, what options obviously appear here will depend on which field you've selected. Okay, and with this area here, you've got basically the alignment of the form. So you've got left aligned, top aligned, right aligned, encoding, the form width. You can scroll up and down very easily. You can place instructions below the label or below the field. Form aligned center or left, columns 1 or 2. So now it's put everything under 2 columns. That's quite cool. I'll leave it at 1 for the time being. You've got direction left to right or right to left. Now, if you're using a language that supports, that is right to left writing, you might prefer to use it that way. If you're speaking English, then you probably prefer left to right. You can hide those options there too. So you've got all these different fields here, and you can see them all here. Text box, text area, number, drop down, radio, Likert scale, email, website, advanced. You've got Google Maps, you've got prices, phones, address. There's a lot of things here. Terms of service, social media. You can add a page break if you want to split your form into different pages. For a contact form, that's probably not what you want to use. But if you're using this for a survey, that could be very, very useful. So there's a lot of good fields here. The one thing that I noticed when I first put this on, I was like, where's the conditional logic options? But they're actually in the settings area under rules. Because I emailed the developers about that, and I said, where is the conditional logic? Because I can't find it. And it's actually under settings. So I'll just quickly, I'm not one to go into every single field, obviously. There's no benefit in me doing that. I just want to quickly show you how it all works. This is your form, and you've got your capture form at the bottom. You've got the submit form button. You can click on any one and just kind of drag it around and put it wherever you want. So really you'd want the name and address at the top if you have that. But I've kind of been messing around with this form. It looks like I've added quite a lot of things here. When you click on it there, you can duplicate it, you can delete it. I'll delete that one. It seems to be an additional one. Put website at the top. You can see there's some options here as well. Resize the field, and you can duplicate it or delete it. Now, if you click on it, the same kind of options come up. When you click on one of these fields, you'll see you've got the basic and advanced. Now, as I said, this information, the left-hand side here, that will change every time you click on a different type of field. So it's all relative to the field at hand. This is the phone one, and you can specify the number format. How you want the one, like so. There's 238, so it changes it. So it depends on whatever country you're in. You might want to change it to that for depending on what your area codes are. And you've got your label there, so you can change that easily. Phone. Number, it's changed instantly. There's no messing around. The thing is, it's actually got if you go to the top here, it's got a preview form option. It loads up an example page, and it's got your form. Now that's good to see. It's good to see how it looks in the end. You've got your submit form button and all that. You can see how it looks, and that's something you want to do at the end. But when you're actually building your form, I don't think that's necessary, because essentially what you see here, you can see what it's going to look like. I don't think there's I think I would leave the preview form right to the end when you just want to make sure everything looks okay. I don't think there's a reason to keep jumping back and forth. Now there's options here. You can make the label italic, you can make it bold, you can show or hide the label, so that just makes it disappear. You can remove the label, you can show the label. I just love how quickly it all works. Now this is common with contact form fields. You can specify where it's required, and then you've got a little red asterisk there, and that will advise the visitor, the person completing the form, that they have to complete that field. Normally in a contact form, there's certain fields that are always requested, like name, email address, the content, the entry, that kind of thing. But it's got hidden as well. All right. Hidden's an option with certain field types, and it's got instructions. So there. Say hello, and say, as you can see, that's where the description will go underneath. Now, obviously, I'm kind of messing around with this a little bit, but when you're actually creating a form yourself, you wouldn't spend this much time. You would do this all in just a few minutes. You would go in, you'd first choose the form that that's close to what you want, or you can choose a blank form if you prefer, and you would go in, you would choose the fields you want, and then you'd probably put it on your website and then test it, and then you'd come back and go, okay, I want to change this part here, I want to add a description here. That's the way I would do with it. I guess there's no right or wrong way to do it, but there's a lot of really good fields here. I like the addition of Google Maps. That's really good. If you've got a contact form page, you can tell people your address. You've got a file upload as well. If you want people to upload images or blog posts or anything, you've got images. You've got the date. You've got the name. The name's at the bottom there, but really you want that at the top. So we'll make the top. And you can see title. You want initials, middle name, all these different options. It's not really, I was looking at this earlier, but it really isn't until you really delve into the form and start messing around with it. Even now, I was doing this earlier, but there's a lot of kind of things that I missed, because there's so many different options on offer. So yeah, there's lots of options. There's lots of basic and advanced options, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed with what's on offer. So we'll jump away from this area just now. As a reminder, you can preview the form in this area. We'll jump to the settings area, and you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sections. You can jump between these sections within the settings area itself, and you can switch between these quite easily. So on this page, we've got email notifications. You can change how you're notified, which email it goes to. I mean, look at the number of options here. Email footer, PDF options, SM, so you can send emails through your own server. That's always good from a security point of view. You can insert Google Analytics tracking code, SMS notifications, autoresponder notifications, send a confirmation message to the sender. You can specify exactly what's in the message. There's a lot of great options there. So essentially what happens here is you send an email, and when someone sends you an email, someone completes the form, they submit the form, you can be notified of the email, but so can the person who sent the email. Even just a copy of the message to say, thank you, we've received your letter, this is a copy of your message. All these little things, they all add up, and it changes CaptainForm from what would be a simple solution to something that's clearly a premium solution. Even the free version, I think, I would classify it as a premium solution because it comes with so many different features. Now, third-party apps. Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Themes. Now, it's got a theming system. Now, if you looked at the form before, you've got another preview form here. You can preview as a pop-up, or in fact, that was that opening. That says, I don't know if that's a mistake. I've got as a pop-up, and it's opening up the full page the same. So that's something I think they need to fix. Not a big problem, but the pop-up message isn't actually come up as a pop-up. So you've got all these different themes, and if I remember right, how many themes is there? Unlimited custom themes. Okay. So there's a lot of different themes that come as standard, but in the free version, you can only create 3 custom themes, and in the pro versions, you can create as many as you want. What you need to do, though, is you can't modify one of the standard themes that's provided. So what you need to do is duplicate it, and then you can modify it. So which one we'll choose? Look at the many different options. We'll go with red, yellow, blue. So we've duplicated a theme, copy of, and we can rename it. So Down at the bottom, you've got the red and things like that. Now, it doesn't look like anything's actually changed yet, but the reason is we haven't actually, customized the theme yet. If you go down here, you've got the logo. You can change the logo. You can style it. You can put a URL, image logo, local image logo. You can remove the logo. I mean, look at all this background, colored background. Form frame, box titles, box title color. Wait, I'll save and apply. I'll just remove the logo. I don't need a logo in a form. So there's a lot of different options here. Color background, frames, title colors, text, highlights, buttons. You can change the buttons to custom buttons. We've got error messages or error backgrounds. So what I'm trying to do, actually, what I want to do, forum background color, that's what I wanted to change. I just want to add something a little bit crazy. See, that doesn't, what I'm trying to do is change the actual background color of the form. I thought this would do it. If you want to keep the page background visible, please enable the background, the embedded form frame. Where's that? So I thought in the preview, I'm sure I did this earlier, and now I can't get it to work. I don't know if I chose a theme that actually had it, that had a colourful background. And this always happens. You go to record a video, you try and repeat what you did earlier, and try and get everything that you did before, and it's not happening. What I was trying to do was just change the background colour. I did it earlier in the test, and I don't know if for whatever reason, I can't get it on. I think I've maybe missed an option here. Coloured background. It's not transparent. Right. I'm sure you're enjoying my frustration here at trying to design the forum. There was one of these options that coloured the background, and for the life of me, I can't get it. No, they're just coming up with all the plain background. That's something I'll need to check. I apologise for that. I try and test these kind of things before I do the video. I know it does work because I had it earlier on, but I don't know if I've maybe selected an option wrong. I'm not sure what is going on there. But as you can see, there's like several different sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 different sections, and you can change the design of the form. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be changing it there. I must have clicked something. Yeah, I'll maybe come back to that later. You've also got here new custom CSS. So you can add in link to a CSS file or just add your custom CSS code. And that's if you want to add further styling. Look at all the different colors. I probably should have counted how many there was before I did this video. But it's really good. It means that you can customize, your text, your oh, I need to go back to my custom theme. Hold on, what I want to do is go back to the custom theme. I didn't want to spend as much time on this as I'm doing, but I think it's important to. Right, I'll go back, duplicate this. Oh, in fact, there it's there. There's my theme. Go back to my theme. No, that's not changing it either. I've done something wrong. Definitely done something wrong. That's very annoying. I hate when things like this happen, but I also hate when they happen when you're recording a live video. Maybe. No, that's not changing it either. That's really, really bizarre how that's not working like it did earlier. Ah, right, okay, you have, right. Maybe I just hadn't right. So the red text is coming up now. Okay, panic over. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I was honestly like, I was starting to worry why this wasn't working, why it wasn't changing. No, I'm still not getting the background. I think the background thing, though, I did get it earlier, so I think I've maybe missed out an option. As you can see, though, you can change the colours and all that. Well, there's a lot of options here. Background. Perhaps the less said about background, the better, seeing as I can't get that to work. But you shouldn't have that problem yourself. I like the idea that you can change the buttons to text or to colours or to use your own custom images as well. It's really good. Again, this feature does actually work. I'm sorry I can't show this in this video. That's what happens when you record a live video. This is what happens. Okay, moving on from themes eventually. So there's a lot of themes. These aren't available in the free version. They're available in the premium versions, but depending on which license you choose will give you access to different applications. And you can see on the sales page which those are. Oh, there are 5 native apps. So you can actually, if you go to the CaptainForm and .com and then under pricing, you'll see 5 native apps for the apprentice license. You'll see different apps for the master license, and then more apps for the hero license. The hero license has got all the apps. But the good thing is when you scroll over, they've got like different, this looks like a Google ad at the top, doesn't it? The way they've got those blue links. When you scroll over each application, it tells you what to do. So like send contacts to Aweber lists, create WordPress posts through form submissions, create WordPress users, send new leads to your Marketo lists, send form entries to your Google Drive, import emails and leads into MailChimp lists, add contacts to your Google group, all this kind of thing. So really, you should really look at what you need, which apps you need, and that will help you decide which plan you would need to buy. So, okay, now we're on to payments. Fortunately, payments is only available on the Hero plan. That's something I don't agree with. But there's a lot of different options here. You've got PayPal, PayPal Pro, PayPal, Payflow, Authorize.net, Stripe, Braintree, Sage Pay, I've never even heard of that one. PayU.ro, Siso, Payfast, FreshBooks. It looks like, I was going to say, I wasn't sure if there was an option to add your own custom payment gateway. I don't think there is, but all the kind of popular ones are covered there, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. So this allows you to create payment forms, essentially. So, you can add booking forms. You could add a payment form for anything, really. I mean, take my blog, for example. I don't generally accept guest posts because 99% of submissions are terrible. But if I did, I could charge a fee. I could say, okay, you want to submit your form, you want me to spend time checking your article, pay $10. You want to have your website mentioned, I don't know, you want me to review your product, pay this, pay that. You can essentially build your own payment system using the payment gateway and then build your form around it. It's a very, very flexible system. And it's something that I wish was on the cheaper licenses. Unfortunately, it's only available in the most expensive option. There's a lot of good options here. Values and formulas. All right, okay. Look at this. So if you're adding different products, you can change the quantity, the discount markup, create coupon codes, payments for this form, notification settings, payment notifications, third-party options, apps options, sorry. I've not delved into this too much, if I'm honest, but it looks pretty good. Now we're going to security. You've got password protection if you want. Now, password protection is useful if you've got something in-house. If you've got staff, where you only want certain people to be able to access a particular form, That's quite good. You could do it for a survey or for questionnaires. Anti-spam protection. You've got submission limit, captcha settings, country filter, so you can reject submissions from, say, oh, sorry, Andorra, you were first on the list. Only accept submissions from United Arab Emirates, that kind of thing. So you can see who can see the uploads. So forms are visible to anyone. Forms are visible to only with a password. Forms are visible only when you're logged in. Now, rules is essentially you've got field rules, autoresponder rules, and form rules. Now, this is all kind of conditional logic type of thing. So if something happens, then do this. If something does not happen, then don't do this. That kind of thing. And you can see with a field rule, you can see if let's see, email is, in fact, what could I do here? If phone number is not 55555, then continue. Then you could say, then okay, if the number is not 555, then show the website field, that kind of thing. Now, obviously, that's a completely stupid example of how to do a conditional rule, but essentially what you can do is, for example, if you put a radio field and you could give the user 3 options, you could say, what age are you, for example? Are you 18 to 25, 25 to 40, over 40? You could say, if you enter that you're 18 to 25, then display this field or a set of fields. If you're older, you can display other fields. It helps you build an interactive form, essentially. Now, there's rules for the form as well. I'm not 100% sure what the difference is between the field rules and the form rules. That's something I would have to look into. Normally, when I do I use a contact form plugin, the conditional logic aspect of it is actually built into the field area. Remember the basic and advanced area that I was looking at earlier? Most plugins, they have the conditional logic in this kind of area, and is this required? If not, show something else. What they've done is, what the developers of CaptainForm have done is create this dedicated area for it. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just a little bit different to what I've did before. You can see the sub rules there. I didn't notice that before. So phone number and website is google.com, that kind of thing. Autoresponder rules. When form is submitted, use default or autoresponder. Okay, when form is submitted, if email is, so you can see that. Alright, if email is empty, do not send autoresponder. A lot of different options there. It's not something I've delved into too much. Again, I've just been playing around with this. But it looks really interesting. It looks really useful. It's good to see it included. You've got translations here. It's got English as default. You can add other languages. Look at all these other languages that are there. Let's add some Thai. There's Thai added as well. And you can show multiple languages on your form. Under advanced, you've got a lot of other options here. So you've got submissions. You're allowed response to save the submission and then resume later. So that's a really good useful option. Say, for example, you've got a 4-page questionnaire, 4-page survey. If it's particularly, if it's a really long survey, what you might want to do is allow them to save it, because there's more chance of them completing it if they can go, okay, I'll fill page 1 and 2. For example, a job application form. A job application form, if someone needs to, add a letter to it explaining why they want a job, these things can take hours to complete, to do it properly. So it's good to offer the users an option to save it and then come back later. You've got the option of editing the submissions later, so a user can come back and then change their submission. Allow them to preview the submission before sending it. Request approval of submission. Right, okay, the submission is not completed until it's rejected or approved by you. So that's quite good, because if you are using the forum to do something like complete a WordPress post, what you can do is request approval. So no action would go, would actually be processed until you've approved it. You've got some JavaScript options here. Autofocus, add a print button to the form, hide forms from search engines. That's always a good option. Show countdown timer, show missed answers, enable partial answers. So that's related to the quizzes. I'll save my crazy theme. That still really annoys me that I couldn't change that background color. Something like that always happens when I do a video. But promise you it does work. If we go back to the form section just now, I'll just quickly go through. Now there's a contact and lead form example. Now that's just name, email, and message. Go to new form. Now this is the new form page. I showed you this earlier. And you've got the order forms, surveys, quiz forms, poll forms, the other form areas. It's crazy how many different options are there. Let's go with an order form just now. I just want to show you a few different examples. So we've got the name, we've got the t-shirt model, quantity, delivery address. We'll go back now, do another one. What have we got here? We've got surveys. Right, pick a survey. How old are you? Do you agree with the following statements? Let me see what else we got. What we've got in other. Conference registration form. So here we go. This is quite a good example. Company organization, phone, address. Now, you might only use the basic contact form, but it's really useful to have all these options in. And I think there's going to be a lot of companies, a lot of website owners that are going to find these additional template forms really, really useful. It says there that there's 30 form templates. I'm going to take that as fact and not check it myself. So which is not a mammal? I imagine that's the bird. Yeah, so there's lots of examples here that you can use. Remember, you don't actually have to use these templates as they are. What you're using these templates for is a starting, it's just a starting point. It's a base, just a starting point where you can find a form that's close to what you want and then use that to create the form you do want. There's a WordPress post form as well. Title, content, excerpt. Lots of good options in it. And for this, you could obviously add in your website address. It's a website address. What else could you add in? You could probably add in a file upload as well, and agree to my terms of service. And there's the terms of service. You can edit it. So so far I've been really, really impressed with how this works. Apart from the background color that I can't seem to change. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What I want to talk about now is the pricing. Now, that's going to be white as well, isn't it? I don't know what I'm doing there. Okay, I'll stop dwelling on that. Oh, I didn't realise that. Sorry, that's something I missed out earlier. See in the theme section, it looks like you can quickly change between different, the different colours. Transparent black. Let's change. Oh, look at this one. Right. It might actually be the theme that I've got activated, to be honest. Let me see if that's going to make a difference. I've got a lot of themes here. Give me a 2012 or something. In fact, that's 2014. Does this change anything? Give me some turquoise. Give me some turquoise love. Okay. No, it's definitely an option. I've done something wrong along the way. Okay, you've looked at the plugin. You've saw what it can do. It's a very, very good plugin. There's no doubt about it. The one thing I just want to talk about now is pricing. Now, as I said, if you install the free version first. Don't buy this. I mean, I think it's a great plugin, but don't buy it. Install the free version. Find out what it does. Play around with it and see if you're happy with it, because I've been happy with how this plugin works, but everyone's different. A lot of times when it comes to WordPress plugins, a lot of it is just down to how you use a plugin. you know, what you like about it. There's certain plugins people swear by, and I just don't like them. And it's the same, you know, I recommend certain plugins, and people are like, why I don't like that plugin. I'm quite happy with this one, but install this, do it on a test website or do it on your live website, play around with it and see if you like how it works. Don't spend any money until you know that you're happy with how it works. What I will say though is the free version has got a lot of great features. It's really limited by, in fact, I'll go to this page, explain some things as well. So you can see here, it shows you these two pages show you essentially the same thing. Now you can see the free version, you're allowed to activate the free version on as many websites as you want, but you're limited to 3 forms and 15 fields. Now you're allowed to save 500 submissions per month, and you can upload 100 megabytes of files to the storage space. And you can see when you pay extra money, you get some of these restrictions are being lifted. The Pro version, Apprentice, is 1 site license, so you get support and updates for 1 year for 1 website. Unlimited forms, unlimited fields, so there's no restriction how you use, how many forms you add. Master is 3 websites. Hero is unlimited websites, so you know that's essentially the developer license. Now you can see some of the other things here down here is different. For the free version, you get a backlink to CaptainForm in your form. That's that's fair play, really. You know, someone's giving you a really good free plugin, a small link back to them is not really much to ask. You can see here, you can do file uploads, you've got all templates, you get 3 custom themes of your own, you're allowed 1 conditional rule, I'm highlighting the wrong one there. 1 conditional rule, and you're allowed 1 report and the default autoresponder. Now, in the premium version, you unlock all these things, and you can see most of these features are across the board. Custom autoresponders, custom notifications, PDF and SMS notifications. This one gives you 2 HTML blocks. I didn't actually look at that HTML blocks. That must be with the forms. Multi-language forms, quiz functionality, custom SMTP, save and resume later, edit delivered message, request for approval, and password protection. You also get 5,000 entries, 500 megabyte storage, and 5 native apps. So there you go, the apps: G Drive, Dropbox, WordPress post fields, Google Groups, and Yahoo Groups. Now, $35 a year is quite good for what you're getting there. I think that's really good. When you upgrade to the master one, you get the 3 sites, more entries, more storage space, up to 2 gigabytes. That's quite a big jump. And you get 14 native apps, and a few things there that are limited there, like form branching, 3 rules. It's unlimited rules in this option, unlimited HTML blocks, and you can do custom JavaScripts. And in the most expensive version, you get 100,000 secure entries per month, 10 gigabytes of storage, all 26 native apps, multi-site, payment integration, and everything else is unlimited. It's the same as the master version, and you've also got coupon codes. Now, I'll just quickly talk about the pricing of this. I reviewed a help desk plugin the other day, and that had 3 options. That had free, and then it had a single license, and then a multi-license. There was 2 premium options, and here you can see we have free. Now, the plugin the other day, what they did was the pro versions, both pro versions, the single license and the multi website license, were 100% the same. Exact same features. Everything was the exact same. The only difference was usage, whether you used the product on one website or whether you used it on multiple websites. So it depends whether you want support and updates for multiple websites. I quite like that system, if I'm honest. I quite like the fact that, you know, what license you get is restricted. It depends on the usage. You know, that's not how most contact form plugins do it. If you look at other plugins options out there, they all do it the same way that CaptainForm are doing it. So what they do is they offer 3 different options: the single license, the multi-license, and the developer license. Now, these ones are called Apprentice, Master, and Hero. But essentially, that's what you've got. You've got the single license, you've got the multi-license, and then you've got the developer license. Someone who wants to do an unlimited number of websites. What I will say, though, is all of these contact form plugins, not just CaptainForm, what they do is to entice people to upgrade. What they do is they offer a little bit extra features in each plan. Now, I can understand why they do this. I think it's fair for them to do this as well, because although I don't like it per se, you need to look at things from the other side sometimes. And I think from a company point of view, you kind of do need to, kind of dangle the carrot a little bit and give people an excuse, not an excuse, a reason, sorry, give them a reason to upgrade. And, a lot of people will simply just pay for the single license and use it in multiple websites and things like that. I think it's good to kind of offer more features in the higher price plans. But that being said, I think that there are some people who are hurt by this. I think there is. Now, first off, as I mentioned earlier on, I don't like the fact that payment integration is only available in the most expensive plan. That is something I think they need to change. I think that's too much of an ask. There's a lot of free contact form plugins that have a PayPal option. There's a lot of premium ones that offer PayPal in, the cheapest plan, like the single license one at $35 per year. Now, what I would have supported is perhaps offering PayPal in the Apprentice, and then maybe some more e-commerce, more payment options like Stripe in the Master plan, and then maybe some more in the Hero plan. But it's kind of unfair in a way, because you are punishing certain users, and it's the same with the apps. You've got 5 native apps here, 14 native apps, and 26 native apps. Now, I think this isn't going to affect everyone, but consider a website owner who, for example, only needs one forum, only needs 10 fields, isn't going to use all the entries and storage, but they also need payments, or they also need one of the apps that's only available in the Hero plan. What that means is essentially they're only going to use the free features in the free plan, but they need one little thing, and it's not available in Apprentice or the Master plan. It's only available in the most expensive plan. Now, again, this is, I don't think this is going to affect a lot of people, but there will be people who, for example, only need the options available in the free plan, but need a PayPal button. And I think to make someone upgrade to the most expensive plan, I think that's something they need to review. Hopefully they do review. Maybe, I'm sure they're going to watch this video, and I hope they do change their mind on that. I hope they do start offering payment options in the lower price plans, because I think asking close to $200 per year just to add a payment option to a forum is a bit too much. The market is too competitive to do that. It really is. There's lots of PayPal plugins out there. There's lots of contact form plugins that are free to download with PayPal. I mean, they've been very, very, very generous with what they're doing with the free version. I think they have to be commended for that, but I think they've got it wrong with this payment integration. Again, I don't think I can't single out CaptainForm. This is what a lot of contact form companies are doing. They're basically drip feeding their features, from the free version all the way up to the premium version. But I think payments, I can understand apps, but I think they really should please offer payments in a lower plan. I think that'd be fair. Even if it's only just PayPal Pro and PayPal Standard, I think that would be good. Perhaps throw in Stripe if you're in a good mood. But I can't really criticize them, because the free version of this plugin, it really does offer a lot. You've even got a conditional logic option there. You've got 30 form templates. You've got custom themes. There is a lot to love about this plugin. I was really, really impressed. And I think as far as contact form plugins go, I've looked at, if you look online, as I said earlier, I've did lots of plugin reviews about contact forms over the years. It wouldn't surprise me, like detailed reviews, probably at least over 20 or 30. Lisp, I've checked, installed, and tested hundreds. Now, the one thing is there's no perfect contact form plugin. As I said, with freemium and premium models, what they do is that, they kind of restrict features with one plan, and they offer it in another. So it's always hard to compare like for like, because they all offer different things, and it's hard to say which one solution is better than another, because you don't know what the person reading the review needs. So you might be sitting there thinking the free version does everything, or you might be thinking, no, I need to pay for the unlimited version. So it's sometimes hard to compare contact form plugins together, because they're all offering different features at different price points. That being said, again, I need to keep hitting home with this, but please install the free version of this, give it a try. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. This is a fantastic plugin. It really is. There's a lot of contact form plugins out there, but really this deserves to be held high amongst the best that's available for WordPress. I was really impressed by it. There are some things I'm sure they can improve. I've not tested it on a live website yet, but I've been very impressed with it. Even if I was driving myself crazy not being able to change the background color there in a live video, I'm not going to bore you again with that, but it does work. And everything, I mean, I didn't see any errors when I was using the plugin. I've just kind of been testing it. One thing before I forget, I nearly forgot about this, but I'll do this just now. I went through the settings form. There's just one little thing I need to kind of show you. If you go to the edit form area, you then go to settings. So you've been through all your settings area. You've configured your form. The last thing you should do is publish. Now, I apologize for not talking about this earlier. This should have been earlier in the video. So what you've got here is you can add your form using shortcode. You can add it using a widget. So you can go to your, I'll go to the widget, see if I find it. You can put it in as a function, and you can see down here as well, you can put it through as a pop-up form. You can do it, click on text, click on an image, a floating button that floats down the bottom of the page. You've got automatically pops up, and you can put it as a shortcode on a particular poster page or through your theme file. So that's really, really useful. Essentially what you can do is put it in a widget, put it in a poster page using a shortcode, put it in a theme template using the PHP code, and you can decide whether it is just embedded on the page or whether it's in a pop-up. And we should see, there we go, CaptainForm, there it's there, and you just choose your contact form and that's it in. Very, very easy to do. I apologize again for not showing that earlier. And then you can view it live, and there we go. So, yep, very, very impressed with the plugin. Please do check it out. It's a great plugin. The entry point is free. You can download it free of charge, and the cheapest option is $35 per year. You get most of the premium features for that. The only thing that's really limited on this is the native apps and the payment integration. So, again, try out the free version. Have a blast with it. Test it about. You know, test it on your website, try it out a little while. So many good options in this. You know, the live editor, you know, the form builder is great. You know, it's really great to use. It's user friendly. The theming options are really good. I love how you've got all these different contact form options. You've got these quizzes and surveys. That is fantastic. They really, you know, should be praised for that. I'm very, very impressed with that. They're giving you a lot for free, and you know, they're not really asking a huge amount to get the cheapest premium option. Developers might want to consider the hero option, and I hope they do take it on board that we have payment options in a cheaper plan in the future. That would be great. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate you watching the video. I know it's been a long video, but I wanted to show you this in depth. I'm not a big fan of these short 2-minute videos, you know, for a WordPress plugin, because you really want to see things in detail, especially if you're considering buying something. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do ask a question below in the comment area of YouTube, or on Rise forums, or on my blog, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert on CaptainForm, and you've seen that yourself because I couldn't get the background color to work, but I will do my best to at least point you in the right direction if I can't answer them. But please do leave a comment if you do have a question. Share or like the video if you've enjoyed it, and do subscribe to the Rise Forums channel if you haven't already done so. I've been Kevin Muldoon, and this has been CaptainForm. Check them out at CaptainForm.com, and you can search for the plugin CaptainForm on WordPress.org. I'll leave some links in the description area so that you can find the plugin, no problem. But all you have to do is type CaptainForm, go to plugins, add new, search for CaptainForm, and you will find it, no problem. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, I've been Kevin, and it's been a pleasure. Cheers.